Okay. There's literally no value in this. I'm not like providing training today other than telling you a funny story. So, like, if you want a funny story, I'm going to share a funny story because this is what my day was and it's kind of funny. And if you're like, Michelle, you look kind of casual, I'm like, I know it's part of the story. There's a whole story here. But I just decided I don't like the banners that are showing on my screen. So I'm fixing them really quick. We should put that up instead. Okay. I don't know. International best-selling author. Is that really what the message should be right now? Who knows? But here's my funny story for anyone who wants to hear a funny story for the day. So it's very funny. I think it's hysterical. Like when things go wrong, okay? This is the message. It's just a funny story, always. So I was just telling my neighbors, and they're like, "Oh, that's awful." And I'm like, "It's not awful. It's a funny story. This is the funniest thing ever." Okay. So if you're here for the funny story, say, "I am here for this." All right. So the story, I could take it back a few years because it starts with like, I used to drive a Cadillac. Okay. I was awarded the pink Cadillac. Okay. When I worked for a certain makeup company, it was very cool. Okay. So I drove that for 4 years. And one of the funny stories from that, for any of you that know my car drama, and I actually had this on video, like I went live talking about it, but I had May is here for it. You guys are here for this. Okay. Thank you. I just need at least like a person here. Okay. So most people, 90% of people catch replays, 10% watch live. Right. So anyway, so that pink Cadillac I have, well, one day I'm in Costco and a mouse runs out of the vent. A mouse. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. I'm like, ah, right. So I get out of the car and I like get some men over and they're like, oh my gosh, we'll help you. And they didn't even speak English. It was a whole thing. So they don't find the mouse. They think I'm crazy, which, I potentially did look crazy. And maybe I am crazy. Maybe it's all related. So they don't find the mouse. So I drive my car back home, right? I get home. And so then we're just telling a funny story. Mommy's funny story from today. I haven't gotten to that part of the story, but I feel like there's a lead up to the funny story. This is Alyssa. Isn't she so sweet? We're going to go shopping at Target after this. We got to go buy, what are we buying? Shoes. We need new shoes. We need something. Anyway, so anyway, I end up driving that car for a few months. I take my kids camping. We go camping. And then I'm vacuuming that car after like 4 months of the original mouse event. And a mouse runs from the front of the car to the back car, which then I was like, oh my God, like that mouse has been in the car for 4 months. I'm like, that is so crazy. So I call and I was like, this car is broken. I can't drive it because it's broken. Okay. So, it should have been a pink mouse. This is a years ago story, but it leads up to this story because it's kind of funny. There's all car related stories. Okay. So anyway, I end up getting it picked up by a flatbed. I don't get the car back for months and months and months. Turns out I had a mouse infestation in that car. There were mice living in the inner beings of my car, in the chairs, in the walls of the ceiling, like everywhere. Okay. Alyssa can be my actress behind. She'll be the, okay. So that's part one of the story. That was many years ago. So anyway, when I get the car back, it has $10,000 of damage on it. And I'm just like skeeved out by that car. I'm like grossed out by it. I'm like, I can't deal with it. So I get a new car. Okay. I also was leaving that company kind of at the same time. So it worked out. So I got my dream car, which was a Lexus. Like to me, when I was younger and I wanted Pantene shampoo, my goal in life, sorry, I have bad internet. There's a storm passing through. Hold on. I don't know. It seems like that storm. We in North Carolina. That storm's so far away, but maybe it's here. Who knows? Anyway, so I get that Lexus. That was my dream, to get a Lexus, because that's like, I just always. So I buy myself a 2018 Lexus. It was a loaner vehicle that they used in the dealership, right? So I got it for sort of a deal. It never feels like a deal. I'm always like, can't you give me more of a deal? But either way, so I buy that, and I've driven it from 2018 until now, right? I'm one of those people. I don't care about fancy cars, like, although that is a fancy car, but I don't care about like getting the newest car. I don't care. I just want to pay off the car and drive my free car around. That's how I roll. Okay. So that car, just been driving around with my free car. And recently, I don't know what happened. People are like, how did it happen? I'm like, I don't know. The car started to smell funny. And I'm like, oh, horrified. Yes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the car smells bad. What is this? So I go to the beach retreat. I drive up to the beach retreat. I host these beach retreats. Many of you come to them. But the fancy people, we're fancy there. Okay. I drive up in a moldy car. It smelled like mold. I'm not even kidding. And so, one of the nights, the girl's like, hey, let's go to the beach shop. I'm like, whoever wants to ride in my car, it smells like mold. Okay. Which is like maybe not what you say when you're hosting like elite beach retreats, right? So anyway, someone gets in my car. She's like, it's not mold. I think you spilled coffee. So I'm like, okay. Christy. She put her nose down. I'm like, not kidding. And she's like, it's not. I don't think it's mold. I think it's, so I come home, I get the car cleaned by a neighbor who's a young kid. He's good at cleaning carpets. There's everyone in our neighborhood can help with your cars. Anyway, so he cleans and he brings it back, and now it smells like a porta potty. Now it smells like cleaner with mold with coffee. Okay? Huh? I know. And I'm like driving around a porta potty in my Lexus. And so I go to my next. Oh, so then this is before I go to my next beach retreat, like a few weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. I can't take driving a porta potty anymore. Okay? So, okay. This is so funny. All right. Yeah. Everyone's got stories, right? So stories. Yes. They destroy cars. So anyway, I'm driving a moldy porta potty. Okay. Which is like maybe not part of the brand. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's not the message we're trying to send. Like you too can be successful. Drive a moldy porta potty car. That's what I was doing. All right. So eventually I like come to my senses. My husband's like, babe, just buy a new car. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. The car's paid off. I'm not trying to just spend money to spend money. I'm trying to not do that because that's silly. I think it's silly. I would rather buy an investment property or help someone in need than buy another car for me. Okay. I'm like, how Sam Walton drove like the pickup truck. Mine was a Lexus. So it's not at all like Sam Walton. That was a terrible analogy. But anyway, so I I bring the car to the Lexus dealership and they go, well, they call me 3 days later. They give me a loaner vehicle. So I'm driving around my loaner vehicle and I'm stoked about it. Right. So anyway, they call me up and they're like, so everyone in the service department has been in your car and we truly believe that it's mold. And I died. And I have mycotoxins in my body, right? We had black mold in the house and like the doctor's like, you have mycotoxins in your body. And like, that's the thing I have. Okay. So I don't like mold. I hate mold. I walk into buildings. I can tell when there's mold there. I'm like the mold radar. So I'm driving a moldy car. And so they say that. And I'm like, I can't deal with this right now. I said, unfortunately, I have to leave for my beach retreat and I have your loaner vehicle. I have to leave for my beach retreat. Can I borrow your car for 7 days? She's like, sure. So I leave for my beach retreat in the loaner vehicle. I drive up to beach retreat, got my loaner vehicle. Alyssa's my little actress behind the scenes. Are you so silly? Okay, so I drive my loaner vehicle up there. Everyone gets in my nice car. Like, wow, it's a nice car. I'm like, thanks. The loaner vehicle because my car is moldy. So anyway, I come home and no one calls about the loaner vehicle. So Sunday, I'm home. No one calls. Monday, no one calls.
Free car.
Tuesday, no one calls. Wednesday, no one calls for my free car. And I'm like, I should just keep driving the free. Nobody cares that I've stolen this vehicle because it feels like stealing at this point because I've had it for like almost 2 weeks. Nobody cares at Lexus. So I feel guilty on Wednesday and I drive up there and I was like, hey, just here to pick up my car. I also wanted to get, if you go get a detail, this is a hack I learned because the other Lexus dealership told me to do this. Go take your car to CarMax and get a trade-in value. They always value it higher than a Lexus will. Then you bring your paper to Lexus and you say, this is what they offered, which is true. They offered me $3,000 more. So I bring it over. And anyway, so that helps in my story. So anyway, so I take my moldy car, I bring it, I go to CarMax, I get the paper. Then I go to a different Lexus dealership that's closer to my house because this guy's been hounding me. And anyway, so I show up today with my paper and Tim is like, okay. But I don't tell them my car is moldy because they don't care. Nobody cares. No one smells it or something. I'm like, who? Nobody mentions it. Nobody at CarMax. No one, except for the Lexus first guy. Nobody cares. All right. So anyway, so I traded in today and I buy a car. I really wanted this one car.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. So, okay. They didn't mind you having their car because of the mold. I know. See, I had the moldy car. They actually kept my moldy car while I drove the nice car.
What do you think about your new car?
Okay, so hold on. We have to tell the story. So I go buy a new car today. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. And today I'm supposed to have like meetings with people on my team. And I get there at 10 and I'm like, oh, it's going to take like 2 hours to buy a car max. No, it doesn't. Just to remind you, it does not take that long. It takes way longer. Okay. So I get there at 10 and then we're looking at cars and we finally find the dream car. And this car has had one owner. It has 33 miles on it. I know. It's crazy. So I'm like, that's amazing. They're like, yeah. So the guy that works here, he brought it home for his wife. She actually didn't want it. She wanted a bigger car. So he brought it back. So now it makes it a pre-owned vehicle. So you're going to get 4 years of pre-owned, 2 years of pre-owned warranty.
Oh my God.
And then 4 years of the original being a new car. So you get 6 years of warranty on this unicorn of a car. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Okay. And it's got the upgraded sound system. I mean, it really is Let me show you. Okay. This is a big moment, but the story has not ended. Okay.
Crazy.
There's more to the story. All right.
Way more to the story.
If you've just joined me, this story is pure comical. There's nothing of value. Oh, I can't see it with the light. Hold on. Can you see it?
No, too shiny.
Too shiny. Hold on.
Wait, I want to see.
I'm going to kill this light. Hold on a sec. Okay. You still can't see it. Okay, whatever. It's an SUV white car, okay, with a bow on it. All right, so
Wait.
fabulous.
So it's
Do you
small.
No, it's the same size. I just got rid of the third row. Can you see it? They put a bow on it. I felt like crying because that was like my big moment where like I always wanted to just like go in and buy a car and just be like, here you go, take my money and I buy a car. That's what I did today. So I was so excited. I had this big moment. They put the bow on the car. I walk out with my brand new car.
Wow! Dun dun dun!
Dun dun dun. Okay. So he teaches me how the car auto parks itself. The car does, it talks to you. I mean, it's amazing.
Crazy car.
It is crazy. So I drive off the lot. Okay. And I'm chit chatting with my mom and I'm like, oh, that's funny. My check engine light just went on. And it's orange. You know, I'm like, it's no big deal. It's just an orange check engine light. And then another light goes on and then another light goes on. And I'm starting to like get on the highway. And I'm like, oh,
Dun
wait.
dun dun!
Then the car says system failure. And I'm like, oh, what did we do? Let's do reactions. That's what I did.
You look scary.
It was scary. So I'm like, system failure. Feel like maybe that's not something a car should do. Shouldn't have a system failure, right? So I call Lexus and they're like, oh, that's okay. Just bring it right back to service. I'm like, that's okay. That's not okay. But I bring it back to service. That's not okay. Okay. So I pull up to service. And whenever something like this is happening, I think it's funny. Like, I think it's funny. It's a funny story. Some people think, oh, it's horrifying. No, it's just funny. Because we're under warranty. Who cares, right? So I pull up and a little guy comes out. His name is Juan. And he's like, hey, how can we help you today? I'm like, well, I bought the car 5 minutes ago. And it's having a system malfunction. He goes, oh, geez. Never seen that before. Never. Oh,
Dun dun dun!
okay. So he's never seen this before. And I'm like, dude, you work at Lexus. You've never seen that before? On a car that's 33 miles on it. It's 5 minutes old. Oh, it's fascinating. He's like, yeah, that's interesting. He goes, ooh, smells bad. I'm like, what? I get out. It smells like oil and gasoline. Like the car is like wafting. And I'm like, oh, that's the problem. He goes, just take a seat inside on one of the leather chairs. So I go sit down and I'm like literally giggling in my head. And I just start work, take out my phone. Am I blurry? Hold on. It might be, we have a bad connection. Hold on.
Whoa.
Oh, no. My raw camera is blurry, but the plus has been finicky. Hold on. Please hold. We're doing a system reboot on the, there we go. Okay.
Whoa.
Is that better? Are we less blurry?
Ellie.
All right. So anyway, see, but this one's glitchy. This is not better. This is so glitchy, but it's clear. That's been the problem lately with my Lumina. We got to switch back. Anyway, I'd rather be blurry than glitchy, I think, given the, I don't know what's better. Anyway, so I get out and I'm sitting there and then a guy comes over and he's like, hi, ma'am, Miss Cunningham. I'm like, yes. He's like, hi, how can we help you today? And I was like, oh, well, we don't know the story. So I love it because I love to tell the story again. I'm like, hi, yeah. So I just bought the car.
Yeah, she tells it to everyone that we see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say we're going shoe shopping later.
I will tell a story.
She'll be like, so something happened with my car today.
Yeah. We love a good story. Okay. That's why we're live, baby. All right. So I say so the guy walks over and he goes, okay, so he goes, so how can we help you today? And I said, so I bought the car 5 minutes ago and I drove off and it has the engine light and the this and it says system malfunction. He's like, oh, geez. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. I'm like, yeah. So I've been here since 10 a.m. It's now like 3:30 and I love you guys. So I could sleep here or maybe you have a car you could give me. He's like, oh, we don't really have any cars to give you. And I was like, oh, maybe you could find one. I bet you could. I bet you could.
I bet you could. Don't
I
lie.
bet you
Don't
could.
lie. Don't lie.
So anyway, another man comes back 2 minutes later. He's like, hello, ma'am. I've got your loaner car. And so that is what happens. I walk out, I get in my red loaner car and I drive home. And I call to tell my daughter that I've bought her a brand new car, but it's broken. I'm so sorry. I can't bring home
And I screamed.
She was so sad because she wanted to see the car. I'm like, Mom, you bought you a car. It's a family car. It's a fabulous car, but it's broken.
She told me all the cool features.
It's got cool feature. It is a very cool car, but I don't have it and it's broken. So anyway, that's my very funny story. And I just think it's funny.
I have a couple questions to ask
okay.
you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
What do you think about your broken car?
I'm happy about my broken car. I think we learn something. Every time something is broken, there's a lesson to be learned. So sometimes God will delay you from getting the thing you want or delay something in your life because he's protecting you from something dangerous out there. So I truly believe this is a blessing because maybe that little pause stopped me from something bad happening on the road. So I think it's a blessing. Okay, question 2.
Do you like your new red loaner car?
So I got a red loaner car, and I don't know if I like red. I like a white car, but I called Alyssa and I said, so it's red. And she
And I'm
said,
like, no.
and I said, it's a red car, baby. So then we started a song. I was like, it's a red car. And she was like, what? We would go back and forth. And she's like, a red car?
A red car? I don't like red cars.
And I was like, baby, it's a red car. We literally went back and forth like 100 times. I'm like, mommy's driving down the road. Look out the back window. Here I am in my red car. She's like, it's a red car. So anyway, we're going in a red car now that says loaner vehicle. So we're back in the loaner vehicle because we had one for 2 weeks, remember? So now we're going to ride this one, which is a free car. And I'm here for it. So anyway, that's our funny story from today. That's how I spent my day today.
More
Thank
questions.
you. Thank you. That's the productive. Yeah. How are you running such a successful business, Michelle? I'm like, oh, well, good thing it's running without me because I was not doing a whole lot but sitting at Lexus today. But I had a great day. It was a great day. One more question, ma'am.
And how long do you have this car for?
The red car, we're not sure, depending on the severity, which nobody knows how severe the damage is to the car that I drove. And so we don't know, but it could be, I could have this car for many weeks, but they said service will have to look at it tomorrow. They were all booked up today. So we will not have any answers anytime soon, is what it appears.
You told me tomorrow. But
Well, tomorrow they're going to look at it, but sometimes they don't call you right away, as evidence of the last 2 weeks I've had the other car. So anyway, that is my funny story. Rate our story on a scale of 1 to 10. 1, this was not a funny story. 10, this was actually funny. Put it in the chat just so we know. Okay, and now we're going to Target. And that completes. So anyway, we'll be live tomorrow at 11. Or no, that is something I did do today. I got my live set up, although I don't.
Be at 4, whatever.
I don't think I got the live set up correctly.
Also, I'm
Oh, here it is.
Dance
Alyssa's starting dance tomorrow. Oh, you can't see anything. Fabulous Friday coaching call with Michelle tomorrow, September 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Jenny said we're at 10.
Yeah, that's my girl.
That's right.
Hey,
Beverly said we're at 10.
hey.
Alyssa is starting dance tomorrow. She's my little. Do you want to do a little dance for them? She is my little.
What do I
Do
do?
you know the same song you always do? And you're like down to the ground, you're up. She's this girl. Mommy can't dance, but she can dance. She hasn't taken dance yet, but we're like, I think she likes it. So we're gonna get her in dance. Get it up, get it out. Now I'm gonna pop, I'm down, 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 red, boom. She loves dance. Okay, we're just being silly. That completes our training for today. Our training is don't sweat the small stuff. It actually doesn't matter. It makes her a funny story every time. She is 9 years old, this little girl.
I'm 9.
I have a product-based MLM fixing to do lead jars again. Decided to do $25 Amazon. Oh,
Free mommy makeover.
you know, I think it's a good idea, Kimberly, because you just never know. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what my mentor always taught me. She was like, you know what, just go try it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, but try it with 20 jars versus just one, because I would put out 20 jars to get 3 that would do nothing, 3 that would do something and 17 that would do nothing. So like, don't just put it out at one place. You have to put it out a bunch of places and then determine if it's actually working. So Alyssa wants to do a giveaway.
Not this.
I thought she'd give away my stapler. I'm like, that's my pink stapler. What are we giving away? I don't have much, girl. We got to order more gifts. Oh, we could give away unicorn soap. Does anyone want a unicorn soap? Okay, unicorn soap. Oh, Jenny has a 10-year-old. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, this is a unicorn soap. It says, we put these on in everyone's bathrooms at the Beach Street. Unicorn, may all your dreams come true. Do it anyway, girl, Michelle. And it smells so good. You cannot see it with the way the lighting is. Okay, see how cute it is? Apparently, we have to put things back here. Okay, say unicorn soap if you want it, and then we'll pick someone.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, here we go. We're picking a winner. Dun, dun,
Someone-
dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun,
dun.
dun.
I gotta check my StreamYard for tomorrow. Something's going on with it. I don't think it posted where it's supposed
Like
to
my
post.
hat. Oh, they can't see.
We can't show you anything. Unicorn soap. Jenny wants it. Not a lot of competition on the chat, Jenny. Not a lot of competition. Cindy, she's in for it also.
I thought it was a scary face for me.
Melissa got Invisalign. I'm almost done with my top rack. I took mine out for a second. She's got Invisalign. I got Invisalign. We're the Invisalign family.
To show you that
All right,
we have a
there's
bunch
2
of
people to peek
unicorn
from.
things.
Okay. Here's Beverly's in for the win. Oh, we have more unicorn stuff. We have a lot of unicorn stuff in this house.
Too much unicorn stuff.
No, it's never too much. You could never have too much unicorn stuff. Okay, ready? Pick a winner, baby girl.
What?
May has a little girl who's 8, and Jenny has a little girl who's 10. I bet you we could have a dance party. Okay. All right. Who we picking? This is my wild girl. All right, ready? Pick a winner.
Stop.
Beverly Lawrence, you are the lucky winner from YouTube. You won the unicorn soap. Okay. Here you go. That's what you won. Just text 860-463-5843.
Wait, so she works for you too? Wait.
No, she doesn't work for me. She's watching on YouTube. She's watching. Yeah, no,
Oh.
she works. She's watching on YouTube. See how she's watching? Oh, see, she has Invisalign too.
Hey, yeah.
I need the best bleaching
one.
technique for your teeth. You mean? I do. Is that what you're asking? Because I can tell you my little strategy. I do Lumino, Lumien, Lumino teeth whitening.
I've done my teeth.
Beverly needs me to say it again. Hold on. Winning unicorn. There you go. Text us at that number, Kimberly, and we'll package it up in a little package and we'll send it to you as a gift. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to be live tomorrow. I'm actually going to be providing value other than a
Can I put
silly,
a sticky
funny
note on
story
my
about
pin?
me buying cars. I pay full price for
My
cars
mom likes sticky notes
that
way
are
too
broken.
much.
I do like sticky notes. I pay for cars that are broken and I leave them at the dealership and then I go home with other cars. So funny. Oh, someone said, "What? Lemon law?" What a look. My neighbors are all, "How many hours do you have to cancel that transaction?" No, I'm hopeful. I am grateful. I love the car. They're going to fix it. Right? Okay. Anyway, Beverly, text us. We love you. You're welcome, Petra, for our craziness. Just being silly. Now we're off to Target and then I got to
Can
catch
I-
up because I haven't really done a whole lot of work today.
No.
So anyway, here we go. Hold on. We got a live reaction. Oh, this is so boring. Hi, this is Rudy, your service
This is
advisor. Hello. Oh, sorry, I said that wrong. This is Rudy Padilla, your service advisor at Johnson Lexus of Durham. We'll use this text thread to update you on your vehicle by using pictures and videos of the work we are performing or recommending on your brand new car that you've had for 5 minutes. Just kidding, they didn't put that in there, but I did. Thank you for choosing Johnson's Lexus of Durham. Start. Reply start. Okay, I replied start. You have replied start. That will begin receiving messages from this number.
Is that
I am here for
Is
this.
that a robot? Because I
Keep you
didn't reply
updated.
so fast.
Bye, you guys. It is a robot. No, Rudy's like really aggressively fast at replying. No, it was a robot. Okay, we love you guys. See you later. Bye, friends.